Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Daily Top 10, where we analyze the trending stocks objectively and see where price action takes us. So it's another day, new day for the market, and we see it today not moving too much, and we could see that on our index. So let's look at our PSEI. Firstly, we look at the points that it increased today, which is 7.75 points or 0.12%, with still negative net foreign for today. So our market didn't move too much. It's still within the zone, closing in at 66.83. So it's still within our support zone, but it's still undecided right now with this kind of like a doji candle. So not much movements for today, and closing in at just positive 7 points, and most of our market are just indecisive. So downtrend still intact. This big push is still there, and we might have stopped bleeding for at least a couple days for now. And let's see what happened on our first trending stock, which is Dito. Dito closed in at 10.64 or 4.52% up for today, and it is still within this big range. So this range is still going on. Accumulation zone is still right below here at around 8.4 to 9 peso. Good zone to accumulate at, and our resistance still in place. So it's still going sideways. That's all I could say about this, but yeah, it's still going sideways for now, and we are waiting until it makes a big move either on the upside or potentially retest this level, as it still is in the middle of nowhere sort of. So yeah, that's it for Dito. Up next we have PRIM, or Prime Media Holdings, I believe. Yeah, today this was our third most traded stock for today, with a positive move on the upside at almost 50%. So it closed in at 47.37% up, or 4.2 pesos per share. So it did hold up this support level. I think we reviewed this last time, and it was on its way up before, and then it was consolidating for a bit and even had this short-term downtrend, but it broke that today, or the past couple days, and then now I broke it with a huge move on the upside, breaking above our resistance zone right there at 3.56. So for me personally, I am waiting for this for a pullback of some sort somewhere here, and hopefully it finds a level of support in this resistance area as before. So PRIM, don't get FOMO'd on this one. Wait for a proper setup as it continues to move on the upside. So yes, good move for PRIM as it finished pulling back and then now breaking above this resistance zone, and we are waiting. I would personally be waiting for this for a pullback. Let me just actually add that to my alerts. Ooh, I don't have enough. So let me just take one out. Probably take this one out for now, and let's add PRIM. So we're gonna be watching this over the next few days, seeing what happens to it, as it made a huge move today. So interesting, everybody's gonna be looking at that. There's gonna be a lot of trades for this one. So up next we have PHA, which is still holding this resistance zone on the upside, and we are still on this downtrend. So yep, still downtrend, but it could break it sideways soon, hopefully, if things go right. And if it doesn't, it could break down even further right here. So we shall see what it wants to do, but for now it is right on that resistance zone, and it is still deciding what it wants to do, as it didn't move too much over the past few days, closing in at 2.19 or negative 0.45%. So not much movement for today with PHA. And up next we have APL, who didn't move too much as well today, closing in at just positive 1% at 0.1910. So the range is still going on with a downward bias, and our resistance zone is still holding at 1950. So it's just going sideways at best here, right here. So hopefully, the market turns around and carries these stocks upward as well. But for now, we are definitely seeing a sideways movement, and it has stopped bleeding so much or going down so much or overextension. It'll probably meet the trend line right here really soon as well. Same with PHA. So yeah, that's it for APL. Gained a positive 4% today, but still saw a rejection on our support zone right there, our immediate support zone, now turned resistance in a way. So yeah, that could be, oh wait, it broke down right here. It broke down at this area, but it went back in right here. So it's still undecided what it wants to do, but for now this zone is just a perfect time to accumulate. The 4.7 to 4.9 zone is just a good time to accumulate, and if it does break above our resistance right here at 5.3, we could be looking at a good upward trend right here. So we shall see what happens, we shall see what it does, but for now we could be looking at another sideways movement over the next couple days for this one. So let's see what happens, but for now let's move on to our next stock in BHI. So BHI might have gotten rejected. Yeah, got rejected on the upside, but it tried to push above, closing in at 0.089 or negative 4.3%. so it tried pushing on the upside right here, but it did not succeed and got rejected instead. So it got rejected right here pretty hard. We shall see what it wants to do, but for all we know, this could break above again tomorrow and settling right around this zone, right around the resistance zone. But if not, it could potentially break down and retest this range, the 0.073 range. So we shall see. Two of the important zones for me is this settlement on the resistance after breaking above, or this zone, good accumulation zone right here on this range when it touches it again on the downside. So we shall see what it wants to do, but for now let's move on to our next stock in ACEN. So ACEN is also doing the same thing. Broke the okay, so there, it's trying to break the downtrend, attempting to, as we have created this. Yep, it's still undecided right now. If we include those, you have undecided right now, but with a going sideways kind of motion right now. So we shall see what it does, but at least there's a higher low, short-term higher low right here, and it has stopped bleeding. So yeah, good move if it does break above right here. Be an interesting move for ACEN for if it breaks this zone of resistance right now. But for now, support held, trend line is slightly going up, and yeah, closing it at 6.88 or negative 0.58%. Didn't move too much as well for today, but that's all right. PSE saw a negative 3.57% down, closing in at 0.81 peso per share. and it is touching our support zone right here. Wow, that's a huge circle. But yeah, the support zone right now is being pushed really hard on the downside, and hopefully it's still holding. It's still holding right now technically, so this is a zone. Hopefully that holds up, and if things go well, we could be seeing a break of this on the sideways movement. So we shall see. First break of the trend line, downtrend line, is a good sign for its potential reversal from all of this going down. So yeah, lastly we have DAVIN, Vinci Capital Holdings. Okay, yep, so it is still respecting. It is respecting this zone right here, the 3.1 zone. It's respecting it really well, closing in at 3.08 pesos per share, or negative 0.65%. So it's still there, still in that zone, being tested right now, but this could break down any moment, as we saw a drop and a gap right here, gap down, and it just pushed even more on the downside. So yeah, this is very steep, very steep on its movements on the downside, and so the bias is still on the downside for this one. So bearish bias still. So let's go back to our index with PSEI, see what it did. We are hoping that this support zone holds up, because if not, we have a long way to go. Huge space right here on the downside if it does break below. So hopefully it doesn't, and I'm hoping for the best for our market, but we shall respond accordingly depending on how it all turns out. But yeah, short video for today. Nothing much happened in the market. It was flat almost, not much trades, just 100k trades in total for PSE, and just a positive 7 points move on the upside. So not too much movement. And so yeah, I would like to close it right here, and I just want to remind you guys to stay patient with your entries and be disciplined and strive to be consistent when you're trading. If you picked up something from this video, give it a thumbs up, and maybe hit that subscribe button at the bottom to stay tuned to be notified for the next uploads. But that's it for me for today. Quite a short video. If you have other stocks that you want me to look at, comment them down below, as I would respond with a chart and a link to Investograms. So yeah, so you can view the chart and my analysis on it. So if you want to do that, go ahead, leave a thumbs or leave a comment down below, so I would see them tonight when this video goes live, and would try to respond to as many of them. So yeah, I'll see you guys once again tomorrow, and yeah, this is Japhet from the Arc of Trading, signing off.